There are races for the kids, adults, and seniors. The races will be broadcast on ESPN2 later in the summer. You can sign up today at emeralddowns.com. Still time to take advantage of the great Irish Day food specials today. $12 shepherd's pie. You can find that at the Quick Picks, Classics, and Paddock Grill. Or a $12 corned beef sandwich on rye. Also at Classics, Meltdown, and Quick Picks. Today's drink special for those of you 21 and up is an Irish Mule for $11.95. Horses on the track for the fifth race today. It's the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort Purse, a distance of 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming event, purse of $16,000. It's for maiden 3-year-olds and upward. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes to post. All right, Joe, thank you very much. We do have a late equipment note here. Number 8, Boltara. They'll be taking the blinkers off of that one at the starting gate. So there will be no blinkers here for number 8, Boltara, in this fifth race. That note just came in. Fifth race at 6 furlongs. I go to number 2, Tis Dynamic. Showed some good talent last year, set for the season debut. Silvio Amador with a win earlier. He's got the call here for Tis Dynamic, and this one on the board right now at 5-2. Kind of equal play with number 3, Owned by Dark, who I like second in this race, and Owned by Dark was very impressive at first asking. So I go 2-3-1 here in the fifth.
Yeah, you look at that horse, and he ran a good second in his
And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the 5th. Overhead view from the Emerald Downs drone piloted by Captain Louis DeFazio as always. Field set to load here for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse, and in goes Haka. Chris's Gold to join that one. Middle of the gate. Now comes Tiz Dynamic. Vegas Runaway. Owned by Dark. Next one. Root Beer Paul, one from the outside. Little hesitation there from Root Beer Paul, number 7. Silver Ice looks it over. In goes Silver Ice. Gate crew working to get a handle on Root Beer Paul to get him situated in the gate. Boltara will be the last one. Boltara now steps up. Now they're in. And runners away. Off balance, Tiz Dynamic at the start. From the outside, Vegas Runaway goes right to the lead here. Racing on is Tiz Dynamic from the inside, and prompted from between horses. Owned by Darks right up with the leaders. There's 2 lengths more. Back to Root Beer Paul from the outside. Alongside is Silver Ice mid-pack. 2 more. Back to Chris's Gold. Racing third last. Then Boltara follows that one. Span of 5 to Haka. They're into the far turn, 3/8 of a mile away now. And along the inside, Tiz Dynamic, a short lead from Owned by Dark. Those 2 move as one. Silver Ice is up into third now as they run to the top of the stretch. Stride for stride they come. Tiz Dynamic and Owned by Dark from the outside. They're met by the challenge of Silver Ice as they straighten away for the final furlong. This one wide open now, and here comes Chris's Gold back on. There's Silver Ice, and Boltara's flying now from between horses. Boltara splits horses late, and Boltara's up to win it. Silver Ice was second. Tiz Dynamic back third to Chris's Gold. Haka followed that. Then came Root Beer Paul. Shuffling second last, Owned by Dark and Vegas Runaway. Time of the race was 1:10 and 21 1/100ths. Unofficial order of finish appears on the totalizator board for the fifth race. First, it was number 8, Bold Tara. Second, number 4, Silver Ice. Third, number 2, Tis Dynamic. And fourth, number 5, Chris's Gold. Once again, the running time was 1:10 and 21 seconds. Fifth race today, the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort Purse. Results are official. The official winner, number 8, Bold Tara. Into the Michelob Ultra winner's circle, it's Bold Tara. Bold Tara is owned by Edward Rusty Brown, Alan Klein, and Philip Lebers, trained by Frank Lucarelli. That's a training double today for conditioner Frank Lucarelli. Ridden to victory by Isaias Enriquez. Bold Tara is a 5-year-old gray-around gelding by Union Rags from Voltara. She was sired by Giacomo. Bred in Kentucky by Larman Cowles, Christina Cowles, and W.S. Farish. And a look at the prices coming up here for the fifth race. Number 8, Bold Tara, $5.56 to win, $332, $260 across. Number 4, Silver Ice, $6.14 and $392. Number 2, Tis Dynamic, $3.14 to show. The exacta worth $19.33. The rolling double paid $17.71. 50-cent trifecta, $39.15. 10-cent super worth $19.23. The pick 3, $36.39. Coming up, the sixth race today, the Copier's Northwest Purse, a distance of 6 furlongs. Number 4, Inzaway, a change of rider. Make her jockey Jairo Moreno. Jairo Moreno to ride. Number 4, Inzaway. Number 5, Coastal Girl has been scratched. Scratch number 5, Coastal Girl. Post time for the sixth race at 4:20. Less than 20 minutes until post time. Hey fans, if you have a fast crawling baby, you heard me right, a fast crawling baby, you can sign up for the 2026 Diaper Derby. That'll take place on Sunday, July 5th. And if you have a fast wiener dog or a small dog, registration is now open for the wiener dog and wannabe races. That'll take place on August the 23rd. Register at EmeraldDowns.com today. Special thanks to Cavort. They've been performing throughout the day. Cavort has taken us on an energetic Celtic journey since 2015. Their fiddle, whistle, guitar, and bodhrán have entertained audiences with hearty pub songs and vigorous instrumentals Cavort. Thanks for joining us today here at Emerald Downs. And special thanks to the Rowan Fay Irish Dance Company. The Irish Dance Company joining us today. Special Emerald Downs welcome. Hope that you had an enjoyable day for Irish Day at the races.
Back above the paddock for race number 6 at Emerald Downs. Irish Day continues. Got a couple good fields with filly and mare runners, races 6 and 7. Of course, the 8th race will complete activities. That's a maiden race. So the final pick 3 starts right here. And this is a sprint at 6 furlongs for 4-year-olds and upward fillies and mares. Claiming price, $15,000, scratch number 5, Coastal Girl. Let's take a look at the runners here. I'm Telling Mom goes from the inside gate here for trainer Joe Toy. She's up from Turf Paradise. She's been making that circuit. Emerald Downs Turf Paradise last couple of years is won at each track, John Lindley. And she does have a second Squeeze the Day, beat her a couple of times down there. A brief break and came back with an unplaced race behind Celine GT and others. So we've seen her be versatile. She's been stakes placed here. What's your thoughts on her?
You know, her last race she ran into a couple of buzzsaws. Pepper Mill was running real sharp, and of course Celine GT had won a couple in a row. She didn't show too much there, but it's possible the connections gave her a little bit of a break after running earlier in Arizona, and they wanted to prep her for Emerald Downs. We know she loves Emerald Downs surface. She's run some big races here and run some big figures here. Draws the 1 hole. She's going to probably be, you know, right up in contention, but not necessarily on the lead, but maybe sitting 3rd or 4th off on the inside there. And we know she can run huge. We'll see if she can kind of bounce back off her last race.
Yep, 3 wins at this track, including 1 last year. She won from just off the pace for $25,000 claiming. So I'm Telling Mom, stalking closing type sprinter. I think most of her wins are in sprints. I know she was stakes place going long. I'm Telling Mom with Silvio Amador. Number 2, Victoria's Charge. We mentioned on Handicapper's Corner that second she ran to Attracted early last year, a year ago, May of 2025. That was a huge effort. That was a big field full of strong local filly and mare runners, and she was 2nd of 11 there. And her next race, she was unplaced, but that was it for the year. So Dan Markle has her going well in the mornings, it looks like.
You can almost argue that race might have knocked her out for the whole year because she ran so big that day. She's forcing a rapid pace and holds on for second. And as you talked about, she only came back once on firework night there and, you know, didn't show much. But she has a nice workout pattern going into today. We know she's run well fresh just based on that last year, and she's quick early. So I think she's the horse to catch.
Yeah, she broke her maiden here. She beat the boys here. She's also won in Northern California. Victoria's Charge, some really strong morning drills from trainer Dan Markle. Frank Alvarado rides. First start since last July. Number 3 there, Miss Union. Miss Union's making her Emerald Downs debut, and she's had a fine career. 12 wins, 10 seconds, lots of earnings as well. She spent last summer up at Hastings where she was strictly going sprint distances.
You know, it's interesting. This horse ran 2nd to Aloha Breeze when she was last in Arizona, followed up by a big second then. Then after a layoff, won her first start relatively easily. Shows an excellent workout pattern. She is in a claiming race for 15, but you know, those races that she ran early last spring and of course late winter of 2024 are huge efforts, and they'd be tough to deny.
Yeah, up at Hastings, her last 5 starts up there, Viva Lavino was in each of the races she was in. And Viva Lavino looks like she had a pretty good year. Outran Miss Union most of the time. Miss Union got her one time, but nonetheless, Miss Union's had a great career. 7 wins at the distance and a big bankroll. So Steve Henson's got her first start of the year set for this afternoon. Number 4 is Inzaway. Inzaway from trainer Fidel Alejandre with Carlos, or excuse me, we got a rider change there. Jairo Marino aboard. Jairo Marino on number 4, Inzaway, who is in from the smaller circuits of the Northwest and Western Canada.
Yeah, you look, and this horse was losing and claiming races there, so you kind of know she might be a little overmatched. She did win a race at Granite Falls by 12 lengths after winning a race by 5, so she definitely has talent. Whether or not she can compete with these type of horses, kind of yet to be seen. She's going to be a big price.
Yeah, she is last raced in October of 2025, of course. There's Inzaway, Arizona bred, 5-year-old. Number 5 is out. Coastal Girl is out. Number 6, Jersey Sunset, another making her Emerald Downs debut. And, you know, she does come out of that same Peppermill over Celine GT race on May 1st down in Phoenix.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, that was a loaded field there. She was 60-1, and, you know, I can kind of excuse that race. Interesting that she won a race at Turf Paradise at 36-1, so you know she's kind of capable of firing big on occasion when unexpected, and has another win at 11-1. So kind of an unknown at Emerald Downs. We'll see how she does if she likes this surface.
Yeah, she was in the Western Fair type tracks in much of 2025, but stalking closing sprinter. She's got a few wins. There she is, Jersey Sunset by Jersey Town, who of course was second to Noosa Beach in the 2010 Long Acres Mile, and later won a Grade 1 in New York that fall. Did Jersey Town, the sire of Jersey Sunset. Alex Cruz aboard for Bruce Dillenbeck. Autism Inspiration on the outside for Vince Gibson, Carlo Lopez. How about 2 wins here last year?
Yeah, she's a Dad's Caps, and we saw a lot of Dad's Caps come up here last year after Northern California racing closed, and they did well, and she's got good tactical speed, draws outside. This barn has them ready on occasion off layoffs. I think we're into June, so I would guess after those 5 furlong workouts. She's been working 5 furlongs rather consistently, so she should be plenty fit.
Won a couple races at 15,000 claiming last year. That's where she is at for her seasonal debut. Carlo Lopez aboard. To the track for race 6.
Horses on the track for the 6th race today. It's the Compier's Northwest Purse. 6th race, a claiming event. Purse of $18,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Note the rider change for number 4, Inzaway, the pilot, Jairo Moreno. Number 5, Coastal Girl, has been scratched. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes to post.
Race number 6 getting close here at Emerald Downs, a 6 furlong sprint for fillies and mares. 6 runners at claiming price $15,000. Victoria's Charge making her first start of the year. And Miss Union, Jersey Sunset running at Emerald Downs for the first time ever. Let's head up to Tom.
A good pick from John Lindley on
Yeah.
Boltara. How about that? Ran a big race today.
John is on a good heater here, Tom. He was 5 for 8 yesterday, and he's 3 for 5 today.
He is on fire,
Yeah.
as we say. 6th race, I'll go to I'm Telling Mom. Number 1, Silvio Amador. Checks in with a local bullet workout, draws the rail for the season debut here. We've seen this one here in the past. Silvio Amador will do the guiding for trainer Joe Toy. I'm Telling Mom. Number 1, my top pick here. Victoria's Charge also has a bullet workout to the credit and some back class on the resume, such as a stakes placed effort in her recent past. Victoria's Charge number 2. Rounding out my 3, number 3, Miss Union. Could be a late threat from off the pace. We have seen that a few times today. 1, 2, and 3 for me in the 6th.
Okay. Number 1 on top, I'm Telling Mom. John.
Yeah, you look at this field and you have the 1, 2, 3, and 6 who all been facing much tougher in their career, and they're all kind of in this race for 15. And you know, it looks pretty competitive to me, but I'm going to try number 2, Victoria's Charge. As you mentioned, she ran gigantic her first start off a layoff last year. She has a nice workout pattern. I think she's a step quicker than the other horses out of the gate, and that might give her an advantage. We'll see if that is the case. And I see the public's knocked her down to 6-5 in the dynamic morning line, so see if that happens.
Yeah, she was 7-2 in that race, May of 2025. I thought, why is she so low in there? This field is absolutely loaded. And the heavy favorite was Attracted, who did win by 5 lengths, but Victoria's Charge ran a really big race off the layoff. Dan Markle has Frank Alvarado aboard. I'm going to go her direction as well. Those morning works are impressive also. John and I on the 2, Tom's on the 1 here in race 6.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time for the 6th. 6th race, the Copier's Northwest Purse at 6 furlongs. That has been the distance of the day. I'm Telling Mom will head to the inside post. Here's Victoria's Charge going right up. Now Miss Union. Ends away under Jairo Moreno. Now Jersey Sunset I'm Telling Mom steps up now. Inside spot left open for her, and she goes right up. Now Autism Inspiration outside post, and we are set for the 6th. And runners away. They broke off in tightly knit fashion. Here goes I'm Telling Mom from the inside, quickly up to the front. Victoria's Charge is there to run with her. And those two move as one. They're two clear of Autism Inspiration. Sprinting in third now, 3 parts to Miss Union next. Another 4. Back to Jersey Sunset, 2.5 or 3 to Inns Away as they take it to the far turn, just over 3/8 of a mile away. I'm Telling Mom, let out a notch, goes on to lead it 3 parts. Victoria's Charge is right behind. Miss Union is holding third. Autism Inspiration slides off the pace with a 1/4 mile to go. They run to the top of the stretch. I'm Telling Mom comes off the turn, 2 to the good. Victoria's Charge is still in pursuit with a final furlong to go. Miss Union as well. They've 200 yards to race, and I'm Telling Mom holding gamely by 3. Along the inside, Victoria's Charge, but it's too late to catch. I'm Telling Mom home in front. Victoria's Charge outlasting Jersey Sunset, who finishes third, Miss Union fourth. Inns Away followed that to Autism Inspiration. Running time was a quick 1:08 and 79 100ths. Your attention, trainers Frank Lucarelli and Francisco Rodriguez. Contact the claims clerk, please. Frank Lucarelli, Francisco Rodriguez. Contact the claims clerk, please. Unofficial order of finish on the board. First, it's number 1, I'm Telling Mom. Second came number 2, Victoria's Charge. Finishing third, number 6, Jersey Sunset. Fourth, number 3, Miss Union. Those results are now official. Running time of the race was a fast 1:08 and 79 100seconds. The 6th race today was the Copiers Northwest Purse. Into the Michelob Ultra Winner's Circle, I'm Telling Mom. She's owned by Rage and Rider X, trained by Joe Toy. That's a riding double today for jockey Silvio Amador. 5-year-old bay mare by Televicati from Great Mom. She was sired by Pioneer of the Nile. Bred here in Washington by Connie Belche. Here's a look at the prices for the 6th race. Winner number 1, I'm Telling Mom, returning $626 to win, $274 to place, $220 on the show. Number 2, Victoria's Charge, returning $260 to place, $224 to show. Number 6, Jersey Sunset, $326 to show. The Exacta, $6.62. Rolling Double, $8.76. 50-cent Trifecta, $11.93. 10-cent Super, $2.94. The Pick 3, $37.35. Winning Pick 4, $103.06. Coming up, the 7th race today, it's the Irish Day Purse at 6 furlongs. Number 3, Malibu Lady, has been scratched. The bell sounding in the winner's circle. Another donation has been made to the Thoroughbred Aftercare program. Special thanks to the Connections for their contribution to the Thoroughbreds Aftercare. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a claim in the 6th race today. Number 2, Victoria's Charge, was claimed. The new owners, Gary and Sharon Hendricks, TVAL Racing, and Aaron Bresco. The new trainer, Frank Lucarelli. Number 2, Victoria's Charge, claimed from the 6th race. Once again, in the upcoming 7th race, number 3, Malibu Lady, has been scratched. Post time for the 7th race at 4:51, less than 19 minutes until post time. Still time to enjoy the great Irish Day food and drink specials. Shepherd's Pie for only $12. You'll find it at Quick Picks Classics and the Paddock Grill. $12 corned beef sandwich, that's on rye. Classics, Meltdown, and the Quick Picks. And the drink special today, if you're 21 or older, an Irish Mule for $11.95. Also, don't forget, if you missed Fab Friday this last Friday, you missed out on the Hawaiian shirt giveaway. But fear not, you can still get yours at the gift shop located on the track level for only $10. Wear your shirt back on future Friday night visits during the 2026 season and receive free admission. Horses are on the track for the 7th race. The 7th race is the Irish Day purse at 6 furlongs. An allowance event, purse of $24,000. It's for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward. Reminder that number 3, Malibu Lady, has been scratched. Post time in just 5 minutes. Thank Thank you, Joe. And of course, I'm telling Mom she did all the heavy lifting, and she looked good today. So hats off to the connections for that. Subtle Shimmer, my top pick here, number 7. Subtle Shimmer coming off that very impressive score at 5.5 furlongs. Last time out has actually been sharp. Not only in the last, but is now 2 for 3 here at Emerald Downs. You go back to last year's form, was second in the Lassie Stakes after winning at First Asking as a maiden. So she certainly has looked pretty good coming in here. So Subtle Shimmer for me, my top pick. I go 7, 1 and 4. The horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time for the 7th. 7th race today, the Irish Day Purse at 6 furlongs. Guard Your Spot will be the first one to step up. There goes Guard Your Spot. Now going in. Nafil, next one. Storm Harbor to join them. Omachi Girl, next one up. Naughty Night, one from the outside. And the current 6-5 choice, Subtle Shimmer. They are in the gate. And runners away. Good start for Naughty Night towards the outside. Racing up at the rail now comes Guard Your Spot. Right up into second alongside is Storm Harbor, racing a tightly knit third by a length and a half. Then we go back to Omachi Girl third last, followed by Nafil. Trailing the field is Subtle Shimmer, less than a half mile away. And they run for the turn, and Naughty Night has the lead by a length. Storm Harbor on the outside, poised in second by a half. Guard Your Spot's holding third. Will drop back 4 lengths more to Nafil. Then comes Omachi Girl. Still no word from Subtle Shimmer, but now she begins to show a little interest as they run to the top of the lane. They round the turn and head for home just over a furlong away. Naughty Night trying to shake loose, chased on the outside by Storm Harbor. Along the inside is Guard Your Spot and Subtle Shimmer, but Naughty Night's going on. Naughty Night will prevail by 2.5. Subtle Shimmer rushing into second. Guard Your Spot followed. Storm Harbor, then Nafil, and Omachi Girl. Running time was 1:09 and 40/100ths. Unofficial order of finish on the board. First, it's number 6, Naughty Night. Second was number 7, Subtle Shimmer. Third, number 1, Guard Your Spot. Fourth came number 4, Storm Harbor. Running time, 1:09 and 40/100ths. Seventh race today was the Irish Day Purse. Results are official. The official winner, number 6, Naughty Night. Into the Michelob Ultra winner's circle, it's Naughty Night. Owned by Nina and Ron Hagen and Howie Gibson, trained by Howie Gibson. That's a riding double for jockey Blake Nunley. 3-year-old bay filly by Barkley from Nightclub. She was sired by Matty G. Naughty Night was bred here in Washington by Nina and Ron Hagen. And a look at the prices for the 7th. Naughty Night, number 6, the winner, $20.48 to win, $6.96 to place, $4.44 on the show ticket. Number 7, Subtle Shimmer, $3.34 to place, $2.36 to show. Number 1, Guard Your Spot, $2.78 to show. The winning exacta, $27.33, rolling double, $32.97, 50-cent trifecta, $31.31, 10-cent super, $11.12. Winning pick 3, $63.27. Time to head to the Michelob Ultra winner circle. Here is Joe Withy.
Thank you, Tom. And the winning connections here, celebrating an impressive victory by Naughty Night. Big speed from this 3-year-old filly all the way on the front end, beating a good group. Blake Nunley aboard for trainer Howard Gibson, who's also co-owner along with Ron and Nina Hagen. Ron here representing Naughty Night and, of course, the sire Barkley. Blake, great job. I know you won aboard her down in Phoenix. Were you confident going in today?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. She had a good little first out here, and she trained really good, had a good workout. There was a little bit of speed in here, and we just kind of played the break there, and once she broke out on top and they weren't really pushing us, just kind of sat there and waited for them to come up.
Yeah, I'm sure you were happy to get that lead as easily as you did, and didn't have to ask her much. Top of the stretch, you pretty confident as well?
Oh yeah, going through the turn, coming up to the quarter pole, she was striding out real nice, just running into the bridle, and once it was time to start asking her for a little bit, she started giving me what she had and ran a huge race.
She sure did, a winning race. Congratulations, Blake Nunley.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep, 2 wins today for Blake. And Ron Hagen, Ron Barkley is doing great work up at El Dorado Farms.
Everything's good. Wonderful.
Yeah, you bet. Barkley is having a fantastic year as a sire, and the sire of Naughty Night. Ron also co-owner along with Nina of Naughty Night. Howie, she had a lot of speed today. Of course, you know the other horses on the track, and you were just better than those today. And by the way, congratulations for running 1-2.
Yeah, well, she really needed her first race. Like, we were probably a couple works short the first time we ran her, and then she came back and she worked really good. So she ran such a big race in Phoenix, and then we tried to run her on the turf, and that wasn't, it was going long. She probably needed one more there. So today she was ready, and she ran a huge race.
She did, and Subtle Shimmer roaring down at the end. I guess you got a couple weeks to decide whether they're coming back in the Seattle Stakes.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how they come out of it and everything. They came out of it pretty good last time, so there's a decent chance one of them's going to be in there. So.
That's great. Well, congratulations, running 1-2. Naughty Night, the winner. Thanks to Cavort for coming out as well and performing on Irish Day at Emerald Downs. It's Naughty Night's feature race in the Irish Day purse.
There's a look at the photo for the show in that 7th race. Coming up, the 8th and final, it's the Michelob Ultra Purse, a distance of 6 furlongs. Reminder, number 4, See You Now, the owner should be listed as Round Table Stable. Round Table Stable, the corrected owner for number 4, See You Now. Number 6, Rise Up and Go, will carry 2 pounds over. 2 over for number 6, Rise Up and Go. Number 7, Where's Jack, will race with the blinkers on. Blinkers on, number 7, Where's Jack. And saddling Where's Jack today, trainer Cliff Balcom, celebrating his birthday on the job in the paddock. Happy birthday to Cliff. Post time for the 8th and final at 5:21. Just over 15 minutes until post time. Join us this coming weekend. It is the return of the Muckleshoot Gold Cup Indian Relay Races. We'll have 3 exciting days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 21 of the best teams in North America will be right here competing for over $85,000. Get your tickets today at EmeraldDowns.com. The Muckleshoot Gold Cup Indian Relay Races this coming weekend. And don't forget, Emerald Downs giving you a chance to be a star athlete on national TV. All you need to do is wear a T-Rex costume on Sunday, July 12th. There are races for kids, adults, and seniors. The races will be broadcast on ESPN2 later in the summer. You can sign up today at EmeraldDowns.com. And a reminder, if you have a fast-crawling baby, that's right, a fast-crawling baby, you can sign up for the 2026 Diaper Derby. That'll take place on Sunday, July 5th. And if you have a fast wiener dog or small dog, registration is now open for the wiener dog and wannabe races. That'll happen on August the 23rd. You can register today at EmeraldDowns.com.
And one race remaining on Irish Day at Emerald Downs. We've got that paddock grass area all nice and green for Irish Day today. Now, our grounds always look great, and we've been showing the grounds off to a lot of fans so far here in 2026, and that'll continue. We'll have some good crowds next weekend for Indian Relay Weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that weekend. Of course, I'm looking forward to a little change in the weather, so the green grass will still be green, but we'll probably be in shorts. We'll see, or short sleeve shirts.
Okay, well, Naughty Night, big performance up front. The Howard Gibson barn runs 1-2 as Naughty Night takes that Irish Day stakes, or Irish Day purse for her second career victory. Let's take a look at the finale. It's a maiden race for 3-year-olds and up. 6 furlongs. One first-time starter, number 4, See You Now, who's by Midshipman out of that good race mare, See You Later. And some of the bigger barns represented in here. Let's look at Higher Performance, number 1, who had a really good first out here at Emerald Downs.
Yeah, showed good early speed after bobbling at the start and just got run down by Mo Gray, who ran a real close second yesterday. She draws the rail. Now, we've run 7 races at Emerald today. 5 of them have been wire to wire, the last 2 especially after setting some fast fractions. So it doesn't hurt to be on the lead and on the inside of the track, and a lot of people are going to look at that and go, well, this is the horse probably to catch.
Higher Performance from Debbie Peary, Carlo Lopez, a couple of maiden special weight races down in Phoenix, and then the maiden 10,000 here. And yeah, he just missed, second of 6 after showing that good speed early. He's a 3-year-old in here. There's a couple 3-year-olds, couple few. Number 2 is One Phil, who drops out of a maiden special weight here at Emerald Downs, won by Ole's Surprise over Lead the Charge. And the horse you picked in race number 5, Volterra, was a first-time starter in that race as well, and he dropped maiden 25 and won today, John,
Yeah,
as you know.
I'll mention the same thing. That was a super fast race for the level, and this horse just sat third all the way around and just ran into the 2 horses that are, pretty nice colts. Now, he's a Smiling Tiger, which love Emerald Downs. He's a 5-year-old maiden, so the connections probably have the ability to say, look, he's 5 years old. We got him to the racetrack. Let's see if we can get the maiden win out of him, and he's in a race where he's going to be a big, heavy favorite.
Okay, as he goes to the track early, does One Phil with Isaiah Enriquez aboard for Frank Lucarelli. And yeah, Ole's Surprise, of course, came back to run very well, finishing second to Robin Racer in a 3-year-old allowance last week. Bull Tiz, lightly raced, a couple of starts down at Santa Anita at fairly high levels down there.
Yeah, very well bred. This horse was a $160,000 purchase in April of 2025. When he ran his first sprint race, he never really got into contention. The connections tried him on the turf, and so they didn't do well there. Bring him up to Emerald Downs for maiden 10. Tim McKenna has won I don't know how many maiden races. One day we're going to have to count them all up. Definitely a main contender.
I think it's a little over 400. And he just picked up his 1,000th Emerald Downs victory. Bull Tiz hasn't shown too much speed in those 2 races, but maiden special weight, maiden 50,000 down at Santa Anita. Kevin Krieger aboard for the Emerald Downs debut about a month after his most recent start. He's a 3-year-old by Munnings. Behind him is the first-time starter in the race, See You Now, by Midshipman, who is just a great stallion for the $15,000 range. And See You Later, a stakes winner here at Emerald Downs.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the mom could run a lot, and of course another well-bred horse here, a barn that wins about 10% of the time, plus or minus, with first-time starters. He is 5 years old, so you get the ability when they're 5 to kind of run him for a little less price, and a lot of people aren't going to look at him. Nice gate workout recently.
Okay, Adrian Castellano up for Tom Wenzel. There's the 5, the gray, son of Full Bridle, Bruce Dillenbach trainee, Emerald Downs debut for Booming Bernardo. Behind him is Rise Up and Go, who ran a decent 4th behind Higher Performance, who's number 1 in here, of course. Candy Kreiderman runner, Rise Up and Go with David Martine. Where's Jack? Cliff Balcom runner, first start at Emerald Downs. And there's Amaciata with Doug Carlson in charge and Talia Timontois aboard. And good running on 4th last time out at maiden 5. On the track for the 8th.
Horses on the track for the 8th and final. Dan Harrington's called a post for the nightcap. 8th race is the Michelob Ultra Purse at 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming event, purse of $10,000. It's for maiden 3-year-olds and upward. Reminder that number 7, Where's Jack, will race with blinkers on number 7. Post time coming up in 5 minutes.
Eighth and final, Emerald Downs Michelob Ultra Purse to complete all the multi-race wagers and for a first career victory for one of these 8 runners. Maiden 3-year-olds and up, 6 furlongs. One first-time starter, number 4, See You Now from the Tom Wenzel barn. Let's head up to Tom.
You know what we avoided today, Joe? The rain.
Oh,
It did not rain today, so how about that?
that is a good thing.
That is a good, I mean, unless it just, the clouds open right now and it just starts pouring, which I don't think that'll happen. But anyway, we've had a beautiful day. Track's been fast all day. Time for the finale. 8th race at 6 furlongs, number 3, Bull Tiz, the way I'm going to go here. This one comes out of 2 Santa Anita efforts for trainer Tim McKenna, who's had a spectacular season here thus far. Bull Tiz to be ridden by Kevin Krieger. This will be just his 3rd start. Now, it was kind of nothing doing down at Santa Anita, but in a much different setting, maiden 50,000 and then maiden special weight, going up against some pretty solid company, not to mention that, but we'll go ahead and mention it anyways. One of those 2 races was on the Hillside Turf Course, which is a challenging race for an older horse, let alone a starter of just 1. So Bull Tiz, my top pick coming into this race here. I go 3, 4, and 2.
3, 4, 2. Okay, Bull Tiz right about his morning line and might dropped down a little bit according to the dynamic morning line, maybe 7-2 at post time. John Lindley.
Yeah, it wasn't real hard for a lot of people to handicap this race here. When you see one Phil, the race he comes out of and all that, and if he comes anywhere close to that effort of his debut, he's going to be double tough to beat. That was a super strong field. This is much easier. As I've mentioned, he is in for maiden 10, but he's a 5-year-old maiden with one race, so it's probably a good spot to break his maiden. We'll see if that's the case. The barn's had a great weekend.
Yes, Frank Lucarelli and busy at the claim box today as well. One Phil was third in that maiden race, won by Ole Surprise. Volterra was fifth, and Volterra ran for a higher price today and won. Second-time starter. One Phil's a second-time starter. Yeah, he kind of deserves heavy favoritism. I'm picking him on top as well. John and I on the 2, Tom's on the 3 in race 8.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time for the 8th. 8th and final upon us here. The Michelob Ultra Purse at 6 furlongs. Field set to load for this one. Higher Performance will head to the inside spot. Booming Bernardo, middle of the gate. Out comes Bull Tiz. Rise Up and Go, looks it over. Now comes One Phil. Odds on Choice. Where's Jack? One from the outside. See You Now, standing by to load. Now See You Now steps up. Amaciata joins them from the outside post. See You Now will be the last one to step in. Now goes in. All in. And runners away. Good start for all. Middle of the pack, See You Now jumped away alertly, chased away by Higher Performance. One Phil is right there, hot on the beat as well. Span of two, back to Booming Bernardo, Rise Up and Go towards the outside of that one. Bull Tiz picks up the running at the rail. Racing up from the outside, Amaciata second last, and Where's Jack as they rush for the far turn. They've just over 3/8 of a mile to journey. See You Now has the lead by 2. Higher Performance is chasing next. On the outside, One Fill to Bull Tiz at the rail. Midway round the turn they go. And they're just over a quarter mile away now. See You Now's led it from gates opening and kicks off the turn 3 to the good. Bull Tiz picks up the chase from the inside with One Fill. They've a furlong to go. And See You Now trying to finish them off. Bull Tiz in pursuit, but See You Now going smoothly under Adrian Castellanos. And they come home to win the nightcap, clear by 5 lengths. Bull Tiz second, One Fill third. Rise Up and Go followed. Higher Performance, Where's Jack, Booming Bernardo, and Amaciata. Time of the race, a fast minute 7 and 66 100ths. Unofficial order of finish appears on the totalizator board for the 8th race. Finishing first, it was number 4, See You Now. Second was number 3, Bull Tiz. Third, number 2, One Fill. Fourth, number 6, Rise Up and Go. Fifth for the Pentafecta was number 1, Higher Performance. Once again, the running time was a razor sharp minute 7 and 66 100ths. 8th race today, the Michelob Ultra Purse. Results for the 8th race now official. The official winner, number 4, See You Now. Into the Michelob Ultra Winners Circle, See You Now. Owned by Round Table Stable, trained by Tom Wenzel. Ridden to victory by Adrian Castellanos. See You Now is a 5-year-old dark banger, brown son of midshipman from See You Later. She was sired by Delineator. Bred here in Washington by Ron Crockett Incorporated. And a look at the prices for the 8th and final number 4, See You Now. Returns $18.78 to win, $11.64 to place, $3.30 on the show ticket. Number 3, Bull Tiz, the runner-up, $6.04 to place, $2.36 on the show. Number 2, One Fill third, $2.10 to show. The last race Exacta, $31.20. Late double paid $91.09. 50-cent trifecta, $26.37. The 10-cent super, $28.82. The pentafecta worth $468.68. And the late pick 3 worth $195.08. The pick 4, $368.90. The pick 5 today returns $3,739.03. The 10-cent jackpot pick 6 worth $74.33, and there were no unique winning tickets. So the carryover pool for Friday night now stands at $1,259.61. There was a claim in the 8th and final, number 2. One Fill was claimed by White Diamond Syndicate, Gary Lusk and Gary Crandall. The new trainer, Vince Gibson. Number 2, One Fill claimed out of the 8th. Be sure to join us this weekend. Exciting race action ahead this weekend, plus the Muckleshoot Gold Cup Indian Relay Racing. It's coming up this weekend. 21 of the best teams in North America will be competing for over $85,000. Get your tickets today at EmeraldDowns.com. Post time Friday is 7 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, 1:50 p.m. That concludes our live race action today here at Emerald Downs. For all of us here, I'm your track announcer, Tom Harris, wishing you all a pleasant good night.